is Thor Love and Thunder, written and directed by Taika Waititi. What can go wrong with a guy who's basically an unfunny clown directing a multi-million-dollar blockbuster? Who knows, but boy, he better not destroy the Marvel franchise, just like the rest have. Film begin and here we are in the desert, and it's pretty empty, right? Nope. There's Batman, and he's pretty upset right now because he didn't realise that being in a desert was pretty bloody dry. So he gets praying for that sweet H2O so his daughter can have a drink. Wait, never mind, kid's now deleted, so he's pretty down about it. But wait a minute, he can hear some really weird whispering on the wind saying, "Come to me," and he's like, "Alright, but only if you got jokes and candy." It's an oasis, which was pretty close to where they were. Kind of his fault for not opening his eyes. So he goes in and accidentally cuts himself on a very mysterious blade. So pretty much like living in London then. And look, there's some water over there. So he gets in it and starts chugging. But a random sunman with a crap unnecessary CGI headdress just appeared out of nowhere, saying, "Alright, stop eating all my fruit." And bald Batman says, "Sorry, Godman, I've just been having a few troubles lately. You see, kind of ended up in a desert somehow, and my kid got deleted. But don't worry though, I always thought you were the coolest god. But please, save me!" And CGI Godman is like, "What? You think I'm gonna save you?" Then he eats a bit of fruit at him, saying, "God, you're a dingus, Batman. We're only here to kill the Necro guys, who have a Necro sword," which obviously was a blade he cut himself with earlier. Bald Batman is a bit shook about that, and tells God, Bro, that's really cool, but could you please shine favourably upon your followers, because like, my daughter just got deaded and all my friends are starving back home. But Godman doesn't care about those utter dinguses. All he cares about is helping sports stars win competitions like multi-millionaire Colin Kaepernick, while Africa suffers AIDS. Batman is utterly pissed and says, "Right, that's it, I renounce you." And that enrages Godman, who gives him a WWE SmackDown chokehold. But something is happening to Batman though. He's being told by the ghost of the Necromancer, "Kill that bitch." And he's like, "Sure, sounds pretty good to me." Scene transmission, and we're listening to Brickface tell a story to minors about that Thor guy. But at least he isn't in drag. And the story goes that Thor grew up as a really crap Twilight level CGI baby. And then he grew even maulier. And then grew into an adult getting all the women, including Jane Foster. But he lost lots of people during the Thanos AIDS epidemic, so he got fat, and then he got fit again by eating lots of chicken and broccoli, and not copious amounts of steroids. So let's go to Thor, who's just chilling out. And there's the Guardian man who's like, "Thor, you utter dingo, we're like totally at war right now. Please come help us." So he tells him, "Look, don't worry about it. I'll just get my Nimbus Hammer 9000 to take me to that war you just mentioned." And look, there he is doing all the lightning and smashing everything up to the theme tune of Guns N' Roses. War over, and Thor has single-handedly defeated everyone when no one else could. But the stakes, they were so high. But oh no, that big wartime destroyed the blue guys' Crystal Palace. Such a shame. Flip-flop, and here's Jane Foster in the hospital, who's also a very famous physics science lady. Who could have guessed that one when it's Disney? I mean, all I had to do was go on Wikipedia and see she's actually a physician, not bloody Stephen Hawking. And there's a random kid next to her who's reading a science book. She's actually the one who wrote it and says, "Hey kid, I wrote that book, so this is how a wormhole works. But don't worry though, I'll explain it with about as much depth as a bloody puddle." And also, she literally ruined that kid's book by sticking a pencil through it. What a bitch. Here's her friend who just rolled up out of nowhere to explain to us why this scene exists. Turns out that Fostos has cancer, and she needs to stop pushing herself and just take it a bit easy. But she's a big science lady on a mission to stamp out STEM patriarchy, so obviously she won't take it easy. And friend lady then asks her, "Why don't you just call up that big god friend of yours? You know, the one with the blonde hair and the blue eyes and a very German accent." But she says, "No, I'll go cure myself." So she goes to the Wuhan lab and starts making a new batch of safe and effective. But sadly, it's a heap of crap, so she goes to sleep. Let's head to New Asgard, where a female of extreme power is advertising Old Spice like that guy did on the horse, because, I don't know, diversity? Like, can us guys just not have one thing without it being ruined by political Disney? Urgh. Oh, and also, the tune right now is yet again Guns N' Roses. I'm kind of getting the vibe that whoever wrote this trash was listening to it on the way to the office. Tour time! And there's Thor's hammer, and it's all crushed up and all that. Which is pretty cool, I guess. But there's a mysterious lady who's totally standing there in incognito mode. I wonder who it could be. It's very strong physic lady, obviously, who's very interested in that little hammer down there. Let's check back in on Thor, who's being thanked for saving those blue guys earlier, and as a gift for all his efforts, they reward him with a bunch of screaming CGI goats. So they take it to the Starman spaceship, and they're having a few troubles with those unruly goats. But wait a minute, they're now getting a transmission from the TV at the precise time that they were inside the ship, and it's showing them a bunch of gods being killed to utter death. Oh, it's so terrible. But Thor has just seen something. It's Lady Person saying, Thor, come save me please. So he's about to get rolling, but not before Starman gives him a prep talk saying, hey bro, you're being a little bit different these days. Almost as if you're in Disney Marvel Phase 4. Are you alright? But Thor says, nah, I'm actually cool bro, but please, here, take this ship, it's yours. But the ship was his in the first place. Don't really get what's going on, it just seems like a very poor attempt at humour. So Brickface and Thor head off to that lady, and they arrive where everyone is dead! What a surprise! But conveniently, Lady Person is still partially alive somehow, and she's telling him, let me die, but before I do, it was that evil guy who's doing it. And I wonder who that evil guy is. You know, I've kind of got a little bit of an idea. It's bloody bald Batman, obviously, and not the goats. Which was kind of actually my guess. Anyway, he's hanging out near a town and sends in all his very convincing CGI monsters to draw out the gods so he can kill them. And look, here they come on cue, and there's Thor. So those god guys get slaying those very big scary monsters very easily. Wait a minute, Thor is totally fighting, but somehow his hammer that was in pieces earlier just came out of nowhere, which is really, really cool. So he reaches for it, but whoa, it's actually being wielded by very strong empowered physics lady. Who could have guessed? Also, how did she roll up there out of nowhere? Like, did she just happen to know where they were? Oh yeah, sure, right. Thor is a bit upset as Strong Lady has just ran off with it. And at the worst time, because there's bald Batman. And he's like, Thor, you utter dildo, I've been waiting for a long time for this. We are going to totally fight now. And Batman is kicking his ass. And then just stops. Okay, just totally makes sense. But that's not all though, because it turns out that Batman is also Jimmy Savile and has stolen all the kids. So a bit of a dick move, I guess. Morning time, and they're wondering, where did that BBC Batman take the children? It's a very pressing issue. So why not instead discuss Thor and Strong Lady's previous relationship that totally broke down? Oh yeah, great priorities. But what's happening in the town hall? It's that extremely stunning and brave lady who definitely got the part for her extremely good acting skills and not immutable characteristics. And she's telling everyone, look, don't worry, we'll find your children and get it back from that nonsense BBC Batman. And here's Thor, he just rolled up and says, look, I'm going to go get those goats right now. And then heroically jumps through the roof of the building and immediately crashes into a statue outside. So the woman can give him a disapproving look. Wow, this is not agenda driven at all. I mean, men, we're all incompetent idiots. So he comes back inside and says, okay, we need to find this guy. So let's think. He has a necro-noncing sword and is really good at fighting. That's going to be a tough one. But wait a minute, now he's being FaceTimed by not a cringe moment at all floating native European, who's called Astrid, but he now goes by the name of Axel after a very famous singer from a rock band. And seriously, Guns N' Roses had like 3 good songs, just give it a rest already. Thor somehow Wi-Fi transfers into the cages as like a hologram or something. How does it work? No one knows, but he does tell those kids, don't worry, we'll totally save you because we have diversity on our side. Back to the town hall where Thor has just returned saying, I know where they are. They're in the shadow realm because, well, I saw lots of shadows and it kind of gave it away. So they form a plan to get all the gods like Zeus to come help and save the children. And Strong Physics Lady is like, what? Zeus? As in like the lightning god? Nah mate, they meant the local bin man who collects my bins on a Friday. So it's the plan, get the gods to help them. But how would they get to the city of gods? In a tourist Viking boat, obviously. It's later and Thor is checking out his hammer because it's now being wielded by a strong lady. And look who it is. It's her who tells him, I went and visited the hammer and it like totally spoke to me. So now it's mine because of reasons. And Thor is trying to play it cool. And by cool, he's a bumbling mess because obviously he's a male. But he does check if he can still hold it, which he can. and then for some reason hands it back to her, sort of like just yeeting her in the face and then getting his hammer back? Who knows? So they finish up their tourist boat and it's now being driven by a bunch of screaming goats and gets heading to the floating cloud city where Strong Lady asks Thor, "You got a girlfriend?" And he says, "Well, no." So that means the romance ain't dead. Unlike Disney Marvel. They head to the main square where all the gods are, like the god of Japanese dumplings and the god of brick faces. But shut up right now, everyone. Here comes Zeus, who tells all those guys, "Yes, I am Zeus." Yeah, like no one could guess that. Anyway, Council of Gods begin and he tells them, "We have pressing matters, like, where we're going to host our next orgy." I'm not even joking. Someone thought that was a funny piece of dialogue. Thor ain't having any of it, saying, "Hello, can I come speak some words, please?" And Zeus is like, "Sure. Hello, everyone. Can you please join forces with me? There's a total maniac who's a nonce from the BBC, and he might be Batman. We need to totally stop him." But Zeus says, "What, that guy? He only killed a couple of low-level gods. You need to shut up your face." And then binds him in light jizz. And then rips his clothes off. And wow, that was definitely only chicken and broccoli and not shit tons of steroids. Zeus carries on, saying, "No one cares, you're meant to be a guardian, so go do the bloody guardian stuff, you utter dingus." And Thor is a big man though and says, "Look, you're afraid, aren't you, you coward?" And this enrages Zeus, who gets up real close and whispers, "Yeah, actually, I'm kind of scared, bro. That guy is like under protection of the BBC, and he has a necrononcer sword." So he announces to the crowd, "Don't worry about that god-killing guy. He won't reach eternity." But what is eternity? Here's Strong Lady of Extreme Power to explain it to us. Eternity is the central god of the universe who will grant anyone who reaches it anything they want. And that means that Batman will wish all the gods dead, but Zeus tells him, "Don't worry about that one either. He hasn't got the key. But you're also under arrest for some reason." Females of utter power start bum rushing the guards on the stage with really cool choreographed fight scenes. But look out! Zeus has a lightning bolt that kills Brickface! Oh, not Brickface! And now it's Thor's turn, so Zeus yeets his lightning bolt at him, and Thor is gonna die. Like really, wait, nope, sorry, he catches it somehow in midair. I don't know. But he does do it Uno no you yeet delete Zeus with his own lightning bolt. Well, that's a big uh-oh spaghettios, and they need to escape right now. So quick, call the goat boat, which smashes through the window, and oh, Guns and Roses are playing in the background again. One extremely strong lady grabs Zeus's lightning bolt. It's later when Thor is chilling on a poop deck, where Strong Lady comes up beside him, being all romantic and all that, watching the space whales, and Thor tells her, "Can we go back to how we were when we used to play exclusive hide the sausage?" But she says, "No, I have cancer." And Thor is totally upset about this and lets her know, "Look, that's devastating, but you're actually really cool and you're kind of worthy of my hammer." So they totally start exchanging mouth goo. But what's happening inside of the boat? Oh, it's Brickface, who's now quite literally a Brickface, and he's talking to Extremely Strong Lady about her ex-girlfriend who died. Wow, not only is she a super extremely competent female of power, but she's also a lesbian! What more can we tick off the bingo ticket today? What's happening now? They've reached the shadow realm where everything has turned to black and white, so it's pretty bloody obvious, and immediately crash onto a rock where the kids in cages are meant to be. But they're not there. So they head into a very big mysterious tent. And it turns out that Thor's new hammer was actually the key to everything. What a coincidence. So Strong Female yeets it out into space. And there's Batman out of nowhere, who gets them all in a forced chokehold saying, "Look, I want that axe right now, you utter dildos." And my question is, why not just kill them all right now while you have the chance to go find the axe in space yourself? Oh, they're going to escape, I just know it. So he starts monologuing how much he hates the gods instead of just, getting a job done right there and then. But time is running out, so he starts deleting Strong Female while telling Thor, "I mean it, call that axe back right now." And Thor is totally getting upset about this and uses the power of making his eyes light up slightly to escape. And then calls his axe back to his hand and is about to get yeeting. I fucking told you so that was going to happen. So they all start fighting and it's really, really intense. Kinda should have carried out the intensity throughout the film instead of just spending half of it trying to make crap jokes. Anyway, very big fight, lots of swords, it's very, very scary. But extremely strong female just got stabbed, and that's a hate crime. So strong lady's like, no, I really liked all those hilarious jokes you keep telling us, let's get out of here. And as they're trying to escape, Batman managed to get the key to everything axe from Thor. Well, they land on a planet somewhere else where strong female is no longer Thor strong. She's really ill, so they take her to the local hospital. While Thor tells her, I'm off to go fight that evil guy, I'll see you later. See transmission, and here those kids are with Batman, who's at the centre of the BBC headquarters. And there's the big god. So he walks forward and Indiana Jones the axe to awaken the god in the floor, while all those kids are hanging back. But holy moly, that statue above them has just broken off. It's going to kill them all to death. Oh, it's going to be a tragedy. Wait, no, because Thor turned up at the precise time he was required to. What a great Deus Ex Machina. And Thor tells them, everyone, get weapons. We're going to F some BBC monsters up. So he gives them all Super Saiyan powers, while also Guns N' Roses plays in the background. Again, the Guns N' Roses. Those kids turn out to be a really good fighters beating up a bunch of CGI monsters, while Thor is now fighting evil Batman. Wait, oh no, Thor is starting to lose the fight because, well, he's not diverse. And he's gonna die! Like, really, wait, no, sorry, strong lady just rolls up out of nowhere and saves the day. And she tells Thor, listen, I'm really strong now and you're not for some kind of reason. I'll go fight the evil Batman while you try and get your axe back. Success! He has his axe back and immediately throws it at a Disney kid so they can use it to escape. And then gets back to fighting, and now Thor is locked in battle with Batman, and they're really going for it. It's very wait, sorry, strong lady just threw a hammer at him and broke the sword. Oh, but that was Batman's life force. He can't survive now unless he goes through that portal over there. Thor goes chasing him into the Ocarina of Time water level, you know, where Link fought Evil Link, and he tells evil Batman, you don't have to do this. I know what you want. You want love. And Batman is like, what? I ain't gay. So Thor tells him, look, you've actually just won this anyway, dingus. Just think about what you actually really desire. You know, do you want us dead or your bloody daughter back? Well, that struck a nerve, so he starts crying like a little bitch and touches big god man. But what is he wishing for? Well, he wished for his daughter back. So that's it for his storyline. And now strong female just died out of nowhere. It's a very big sad. And so is Batman somehow. Let's just go through this one more time. Big madman gets unmadded at the end of the film and then straight up dies. What a load of crap. So what happens now? Well, Brickface is gay and has a boyfriend for some reason, and Thor is playing daddy with his kidnapped daughter. And that concludes the utter garbage. But please pay the writers more money or they'll go on strike. Yeah, I've seen better scripts on a toilet wall.
Subscribe button.
It's always right.